Gillespie here. There are many ways to organize data, and you can see a list of data right here. But there's many ways that we can organize data so that when you look at what you see, you can start to find a structure. So you want to organize to find structure. So we're going to look at finding various ways of taking data, something like this list here, organizing it, and seeing something in that list of numbers. So by organizing this list of numbers, the goal is to find some sort of structure. So the first thing you can really do here is look at this list and say, yeah, no, it's really jumbled. It's not even organized from least to greatest or greatest to least. It's just jumbled, so it doesn't make much sense at the moment. But one of the ways that I can untangle this list of numbers is through what we call a stem and leaf plot. So let me show you what I mean, because it's pretty cool. So let me show you just the skeleton or the outline here. You're going to make a table. Change the color here. Get some new color in. And what this table is, it's divided into two columns. One column you're going to call these, if I can get the column written up, I'll show you what I mean here. So one of the columns you're going to call the stems. Here we go. So over here you call your one column the stems, and the other one, obviously, the leaves, because this is a stem and leaf plot. So the real or first goal here is look at this list or this string of numbers, and what you're going to do is look at it and say, hey, I want my significant digits to go down in this area here, and then I want my insignificant digits to go over here. So again, under the stem, my significant digit, whereas my leaves, the insignificant digits. So let me show you what I mean here. What you're going to do, we look at this list and we realize, like, hey, all of these numbers are two-digit numbers. So the tens digit looks like it's the most significant digit for each of these numbers. So looking over here, I'm going to find what my smallest number is. It looks like, oh, well, you can see that the 39 looks to be the smallest number. And then also moving through here, it looks like 89 is my largest number, but I don't go up to 90. So 88 will be my largest significant digit, whereas 3 will be my smallest significant digit. So what I'm going to do is, hey, let's cut this all up into sections here. What we'll do here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's actually, I'm going to divide that down. I think that will do it. So now what I'll end up doing, I've just pretty much sliced this all up, and I'm going to get a color that's going to shine between over all of these, and we'll say this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and make these a little bit bolder. Then 8. Okay. But important piece here, you're not going to think of this as 3, 4, 5, and so on. It's going to be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. So now what I want to do, let's go back to 30 here. And I'm going to find and label all of my 30, and this under the leaves section, I'm going to label these the 30-somethings, the 40-somethings, all of the 30-somethings. So the only 30 value I have is 39. I'm going to put a 9 on this side. And what I'm taking here, I'm taking all this list of numbers, and I'm reorganizing it, restructuring it on this side of where the leaves. Well, I'm done with the 39, so the 30s. So let's look at the 40s, and well, I see there are no 40s here. I'm going to leave the leaves here blank. That's important information still. Moving on to the 50s. Well, at 57, I'll write down 7. But I also have another 57. I'm crossing out the numbers that I've already used too. How about that? 57 I've used. Let's get a dark color to cross these out. 57 I've used. Also 39 I've used. But now I've come to a second 57. What I want to do here is put a comma down and write the number 7 again, because this is going to help to understand frequencies. Well, it looks like I'm done with the 50s. So let's move on to the 60s. I've got 65, 68, 63. I'm just going to do a little underlining here. And let's get that blue back. 65, 68, 63. Oh, and 68. But I don't want to just label them the way that I see them in sequence 65, 68, 63, 68. No, what I want to do is actually organize them. So what I'm going to do here is write, get my green again, 3, cross that one out, and now 65, so 5, 8, and 8. I'll just cross these boys out. And automatically you can begin to see something you might not have noticed in this list is the 60s were quite popular compared to any of the other numbers, which you didn't really, or maybe I at least did not notice until putting it into this in leaf plot. So I'm going to finish up this chart really quick here. We're going to move on to the 70s, and we got 74, 77, 76, and 70 as well. Again, you want to organize these. So we'll do 70 first. From least to greatest, I'm writing my leaves from least to greatest. So 70, 74, 76, 77. And 6 and 7. And I can cross those out. So then I move on to my 80s. In my 80s, I got 89, 82, 84, and 85. And again, just reorganize them least to greatest. So I have 2, 4, 5, and 9. And from this stem and leaf plot, you really see the most popular data points. You can see that the 60s, 70s, and 80s were more popular than the 40s. Visitors in the 40s did not visit as much as the people in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Cool stuff. Very cool.